I'm Sean from dishonorablespeechandpolitics.com, and on the one-year anniversary of the January 6th attack on the Capitol, I heard what I considered to be dehumanizing terms used to describe the people involved in the attack. Specifically, the terms were mob, rioters, and insurrectionists. Merriam-Webster.com defines dehumanizing as depriving someone of human qualities, personality, or dignity. When we refer to someone or a group of people in a way that has a negative connotation, in my opinion, that tends to deprive them, in the ear of the listener, of other human qualities they may have. Calling someone a rioter could be considered dehumanizing, while referring to them as a person who participated in a riot generally would not be, since we're acknowledging that they're a person. I believe more people from the left side of the political spectrum than the right side have used mob, rioters, and insurrectionists in regards to people involved in the January 6th attack. Interestingly, it seems to me that the left side of the political spectrum more often than the right side calls for an end to dehumanizing language, such as illegal immigrants or illegals for undocumented immigrants. What I'd like to convey in this video is that some people on both sides of the political spectrum use dehumanizing terms, and I'd like to propose that there are damages to using dehumanizing terms regardless of what human being we're talking about, regardless of how much power they have, what group they identify with, their social status, their actions, their intents, or good or bad things that have happened to them. Basically, regardless of if they're seen as a victim or as an abuser, oppressor, or aggressor, I believe it destroys value to call any of them by dehumanizing terms. Some of the damages of using dehumanizing terms include, number one, it promotes hate against the people being presented as bad, less than human things. Number two, it may make violence more likely against those people. Number three, it limits the options of the people who are the subject of the dehumanizing term by changing how people think about them. Number four, it limits the options of other people, firstly in how they can think about the people who are subject to the dehumanizing term, and secondly by presenting the possibility that the same fate could befall them. And number five, it promotes non-critical thinking and fear and anger-based decision-making, which limits options and generally results in less optimal decisions. Here are a few examples of dehumanizing terms I believe are fairly commonly used by some people on the left and some on the right. On the left, regarding the January 6th attacks, I already mentioned mob, insurrectionist, and rioter. Regarding social justice, racist, white supremacist, bigot, fascist, and misogynist. Regarding COVID-19, anti-vaxxer. Regarding wealthy people, the 1%. Dehumanizing terms used by some people on the right include regarding undocumented immigrants, illegal immigrants, and illegals. Regarding allegedly violent Muslim people, terrorist and jihadist. Regarding social justice, snowflake and social justice warrior. And regarding people on the left, radical, extremist, and socialist. These aren't meant to be exhaustive lists, especially since basically any sort of name-calling could be considered dehumanizing. They're also not meant to be fodder for arguments about which side is worse in its dehumanizing terminology. My hope is that listing these words and understanding some of their damages will draw attention to the use of dehumanizing terms on both sides of the political spectrum and perhaps inspire a few people to choose their words differently. Thank you for watching.